Hi, it's me, Kelly, and I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you for a quick minute about something that is becoming very popular in the 31 world, and that is a Facebook party. So in the past, we traditionally have had our home parties as being our number one party option. And while it still might be the number one option, something that's become increasingly popular is Facebook parties. And that isn't a surprise considering technology is starting to rule our world and people just really like technology and its convenience. So if you haven't done a Facebook party yet, I'm going to give you a few tips that might help you. So the first thing I like to determine in the beginning when I set up a Facebook party with a hostess is the structure of it. Typically, I offer them two options. I will give a 1-day option or a 3-day option. So the 1-day option is when you and the hostess have a set time for that Facebook party, and that's what you're going to share with her guest list. It's going to be at a set day and time where you just kind of give them a warning that it'll be about an hour long, and you're going to do posts during that hour sharing product information with them. And then it'll wrap up within that hour. The second option, which is the one I tend to do more often, people tend to like it, is I do a 3-day option. Now you could decide to do a 2-day option or a 4-day option, whatever works best for you. The first one I ever did was a week, and that was too long, in my opinion. So I have found that 3 days is a really good amount of time. So the way that works is we post in the event description that the party is going to last 3 days. And then I will do a series of posts spread out on each of those 3 days. Typically, I do about 5 to 7 posts a day. And we just tell them that, they can just hop on and comment when it's convenient for them. So that's why a lot of people like it. They don't have to be there at a set time to participate in the party. They don't feel that pressure. Or a lot of people, let's say you do the 1-day party option and they're busy, they might just say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Whereas this gives people more of an incentive to participate in the party because it is so easy to fit into their schedule. They could even sit down on the 3rd day and catch up for the whole party if they needed to. So that is my preference. I always leave it up to my hostess though. If they don't know which way to go, then I recommend the 3-day route. Another thing that I recommend is using a program that will do your post for you. There's many programs out there. I use CinchShare. It's a $10 a month program, but I have found that it is worth every penny. Whenever I didn't use this program, I used to feel like I was tied to my computer for those 3 days that I was doing a party because I wanted to make sure I had, several posts in that day, and I wanted to also engage in the conversation going on below the post, and I just kind of felt like it took over my life. Once I discovered CinchShare, it's amazing. You set up all the posts beforehand. First time it took me about 45 minutes just because I was new to it and I didn't know how to do it, but I set about 20 posts in about 45 minutes. And then now that I have them, I'm able to quickly reuse them. And you can post in your VIP groups with this program, parties, just all kinds of stuff. So it really is great. And now I know on my party days, I don't have to sit there and post. It'll just do it for me. All I have to worry about doing is engaging in conversations when it's convenient for me throughout the day. So that's another recommendation. The third thing I recommend is every single post you put in your party to attach at least one graphic to it. That really draws people's attention to the post. I have noticed that if I do a post and there isn't a graphic, it gets less traffic on it. People kind of tend to overlook it and it gets lost. Also with your graphics, people like graphics, so trying to get really good ones established, again, just to draw people's attention to it, show off the product in creative and fun ways. People respond well to that. So if you need help with your graphics, feel free to reach out to me. That is what I'm here for, is to help you. I can point you to some great groups that I'm a part of. I can also show you how to make your own graphics, which is something I've just started doing. The next thing I recommend is to post videos. Videos, I have found, are key in showing off products. So even though you're posting great graphics throughout your party, people still can't really visualize it unless they see it live on a person. So I do typically 2 to 4 videos in a party. I try to keep them short. My goal is to keep them around 5 minutes. I don't always do that. I definitely wouldn't recommend going over 10 minutes per video. One video might be about the monthly special, or if there's like a mini or some kind of special catalog out at the moment, like currently we have a summer essential catalog. I did a video on all the products I had on the summer essential catalog. So just things like that. Another video that was immensely popular that I keep reusing is I walked around my house and I showed people how I organized my home using our products. I have sold so many of the organizational products since I did that video that I've never sold in the 5 years I've done this. So when people see them in action, it makes them want them and they can visualize it in their own homes. So using videos is a great tool. If you're like me, going live made me nervous, so I've never gone live, and it's been fine. I just did an actual video, like I'm doing right now. That way, if I mess up and I want to start over, I can, and then I just post the video to my groups. So it doesn't have to be a live video if the thought of live really scares you. And then the last piece of information or tidbit I have is to do hostess coaching. I'm sure you've heard us talk about hostess coaching. With a Facebook party, it's very, very helpful if you coach your hostess from the beginning and tell them, you know, the basic things that they can do to make their party successful. Obviously, inviting people. A big one is engaging in the post. So I've had parties where my hostesses aren't very engaged, and I've had parties where my hostesses comment on almost every single post in the party. The ones where they comment and engage with their guests and their friends is the ones that are more successful. So I do have an awesome graphic about hostess coaching that I share with my hostesses. So if you want that, just let me know, and I am glad to share that with you. So if you have any more questions about Facebook parties, feel free to reach out to me. This is just a few basic things that I have discovered. I've only done about 10 Facebook parties myself, but I'm learning with each one. So if you have any information for me, you can share with me. That's why we're all here. 31 is a sisterhood. We all like to help each other succeed. So again, never be afraid to reach out for help. But I'm so happy you're on my team, and I look forward to working with you. Thanks.